Yo, what's good, guys? We are back at it again with another MLB The Show 25 video for you guys, and today, something very special. Time for a series. The channel has not had a series since In the Mind. Real ones remember. Most of y'all probably have no idea what I'm even talking about, and it was a solid series. But we have reached a conundrum here. I have all the best cards in the game, other than Brian Reynolds, who could be relatively easily acquired. And I have climbed the mountaintop of solo ranked. We're at 900 rated. I don't really want to go any higher because if you pull up Weekend Classic, you're going to be playing on GOAT if you go to 1,000. I do want my 1,000 logo. I think I'd make it there relatively easy. But I do not want to be playing on GOAT for Weekend League. So, doesn't sound like a fun time. Multiplayer programs finished, and Alexander wept, for he had no more worlds to conquer. So, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So, I think it's time to start an RTG. Time to get it out the mud, start from the bottom, take some advantage of this double XP that's going on right now, and field the common man struggles. So I make a ton of videos talking about this budget card's great, make tier lists talking about if you're on a budget, this card's pretty good. So it's time to back it up. And with that, I introduce to you your Detroit Humpback Whales. You can see that we are getting it out of the dirt. We are struggling right now team wise. Would have shown you guys the intro, but I left the music on. I didn't know it was on, so you miss out on the fun tutorial. But here we are. So I've decided that we will probably play a rank game in this. I'm going to show you some of the grind, not a lot of it. The point of this account is not to sit here and grind it into the dirt and show you how you can get Beltron without spending money, because that's what my other account already did. We did every conquest map, we did every mini season, we did all that. This account is more about playing the game with the cards that are in front of you. There will be some grinding, but like I'm not gonna go play a whole mini season. I'm not going to do an entire conquest map. I'm not gonna play versus CPU to grind out PXP and stats to try to get Raleigh fingers or anything. We're going to rock with what we have, which is a little bit daunting, to be honest with you. So currently we are in the middle of this Showdown quest because this bozo told me that this is the only team I need to make World Series with. So we're gonna, at least in this episode, try to get each of these players at each position. Shouldn't be too hard. Might take some less than reputable grinding sources. Go around like Road to the Show for 20 minutes and I can probably get this team. So that might end up being what we do. Montgomery, got to grind for. Ellie, there'll be a little bit of a grind for, but nothing serious. So we're going to start working on getting a lot of these cards done here. And it starts in Showdown. So I've already done my draft. I've already done the first moment. And I'll kind of show you guys either when we're on the last one or after we finish the last one. And we will pick our card after that. So here we are as we kind of wrap up this moment. Any moment now. To be getting close to finishing this, and we'll be taking Braden Montgomery, and then I think we'll be done. I did use Namala a little bit during this, just not the biggest fan of his swing. I think when we get comparable shortstops that we will perform better with. I will say doing this makes me really want to go grind out Max Clark and Chase Hollander, but I think we'll live with Braden Montgomery. Like I said, it's not about grinding on this account. It's about getting cards that are good enough and just making it happen with them. So that will be that done. And then I think there's some team affinity we should probably go knock out. Definitely the Red Sox. Gives us Jackson Ferris as well. And a Cornerstone Evolution Path, which I think we will be going with Ubaldo there. And I think he'll probably be the ace on our staff for at least a little while, because I just can't see a world where that card's bad. So there's our starting right fielder. I don't even think anybody else in that pack is really worth picking other than Namala. Silver Ubaldo. Not sure what all we have to do with that. I remember there being moments, obviously, but I'm sure you have to earn like PXP with him, which I said no real offline play, so we won't be doing that. But we have our starting right fielder we can slot in, and a Silver Ubaldo that we can honestly get away with for a little bit. Slot him in. I don't know if I would actually use this Jackson Ferris. I mean, he is probably better than these bronzes, but I would hope we find some better guys to go out there and get soon. So like I said, I think team affinity wise, if I wasn't gonna go grind some stubs, probably Mike Trout would be worth going and getting, but I think Joe Kelly is probably the only one I'm really looking forward to having that has any long-term stay in our team. So we will get him, we'll slot him in, and then it might be time for a little bit grinding. So there's Joe Kelly done. Relatively easy moment. Like I said, I don't think there's any other silvers that we have to get from Team Infinity. Jordan, yeah. Giambi, yeah. Trout, yeah. But I think we'll just have better guys to go ahead and use in the meantime. So I think all that's really left is to go grind out enough stubs so where we can spend about 900 per position. Because I'm not sure about queuing up ranked right now. Another thing that I think would be worth doing is maybe coming up on enough stubs to where we could go ahead and get Pendleton, go ahead and get Veritek at least, or just maybe Joey Bats first and slot them in the lineup. That's about 15K, it looks like, to get all of them. So if we could do that, that would catapult us through the multiplayer program, and everything else would probably get a lot easier. So I think the only grind stuff I really have left is I would like to get the starter Ellie. I think we might just be doing showdowns again. It's only given 10. We can exchange some commons here, of which we have none because we haven't really opened any packs yet. So we might just be buying some in the future. Don't have any of these either. We have like the starter logo. So it's gonna take a minute, honestly, to get through these, more than I thought. I'm sure through grinding this, it gives you some stuff that helps you, but we'll have to win games, get strikeouts, get innings pitched. All of this should be relatively easy to do, but it looks like we might not actually be starting with Ellie, so it might take a minute for us to kind of get kicked off there. Like I said, I don't want to grind super deep into a lot of these programs. If we could get Shohei just by playing moments, then he would be a fine DH, and I think we might do that. And eventually, through using him, we could get that Seiya card, who I have my eyes on. Don't see any world where we'll be doing this. Just don't see me using common players during this. I probably could win my first game with common players if I played somebody bad enough, but it's not really what I'm looking to do. Christian Moore would be really nice from this if we can get to 30. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So it looks like we can get to 30, or we can get close to 30 just based on that. So I think he would probably be a good shout. Nicholas wouldn't be terrible. And then once we get to this point, it's not in the spirit of the challenge. If it's like the Tokyo series to where we can just repeat what we've been doing, then that wouldn't be bad. Lizardo wouldn't be bad. You can get him just by doing the moments. Past that, I would really only be interested in Soler, and Javi's too far along in the program. So probably not interested in that. We have our Ubaldo, which we plan on doing. A lot of moments here. We can probably do this in some of our starter games. He might get lit up, but we can probably get it done. And then these are going to be tough also, unless we also go get that Dollander. So it looks like we might not actually be getting this 86 Ubaldo anytime soon, which is a little unfortunate there. But I'm going to go grind out some stubs. Maybe we'll work on some April Spotlight stuff. But we're going to go get some stubs, and we're going to build the team. And then we are going to play our first ranked game. So we're back after some super fun Road to the Show gameplay for about 20 minutes. We came up on about 14K. So I think that is a relatively good amount to fill out most of our roster. I think we will probably still have some gaps. I think the number one card I want right now is probably Joey Bats. Problem is he is a big chunk of our stubs right now. So I think Veritek might be the smarter way to go. The more people we can get from that ranked path, the better. So we can get like We can get some pretty cheap catchers, so I'm not sure paying like 7K for Veritek would be awesome. Whereas like Joey Bats probably comes in and is one of our best hitters. And also he's like the very last guy you get in the ranking program. So that leaves us with 7K. I think Santander has to be picked up 100%. We can get him at quick sell value, which is fire. So for that, we have figured out a couple more positions for the team. I don't know. I guess we'll play whoever's better out of Joey Bass and Santander. It's going to be Joey. So Santander will be our DH, which I am perfectly fine with. And then we got to figure out some other spots. So Higashioka is like 2K. I don't know if that's really fitting in the budget right now. So I think we got to go look for some other options. Silver Brian Dozier is there for like Nats team affinity. I don't think that's somebody we should. You guys should comment some cards that I really like need to use. I want to try out Mickey. He's just not good enough to crack it on the main account, but on here he should be a godsend. He would be really good to get. Christian Campbell would be really good to get. I wouldn't hate this Cody Bellinger. So there's some options for us. Pendleton for 2K is kind of screaming at me, but you got to keep in mind that we need to fill out a starting staff as well as a bullpen here for relatively cheap. So I think we might be done with a lot of the diamonds. Caglione doesn't make it. Mark Davis is somebody we also need to use. I just don't know about spending 2K on a reliever right now when that's about all we have. Kyle Teal could legitimately be our ace for like 1,600 subs, so I think that makes a lot of sense there. And then we're going to have to get real budgety here. I would love Kepler, 1,500 subs, just not in the budget right now. I could go grind some more Road to the Show, but like I said, the whole point of this account is not to sit here and grind the game a ridiculous amount. Buxton has to be on the team for 1,200 subs. Get him in the lineup. Other than that, I think, what is he? He's at 83, so 83s are 1,200. 82s are going to be 900, so I think that's more so the range we're in. Matt Strom would be awesome to have right now. It's really the bullpen that's going to hurt us more than anything, I think. Jackson Trurio could honestly have some pretty good value for us, have some nice quirks. Seiya, I said I wanted to use the diamond. Also said we were going to get Shohei to DH, so we might be running Santander in left field, which is a disgusting thought to even have. Jazz, I think we have to get this Jazz just for the first game. After the Superfractor or Supercharge expires, I don't think he's going to be that good, but for right now, it's going to be hard to find a better guy than him. Rhea could do a job at shortstop until we get Ellie done. It really looks like we might just be hoping that we can just out-hit our opponent right now, because we do not have bullpen money at all. So let's go ahead and make these changes. Hopefully Correa comes in semi-soon here. Kyle Teal is not who I thought he was. I meant the White Sox pitcher. So that would give us a catcher, but I was more so looking for an ace that we could stock. So we have some more stubs available because I'm going to go sell him and get Hagen Smith. That's who I was meaning to pick up right there. And that is going to be all of our stubs until we can sell Mr. Till back here, because I really have no... I mean, he doesn't look like a terrible card. If we can make some stubs here, that would be awesome too. So we will. Actually, we'll make about 100 subs on him. And we got our Hagen Smith to go through. So we have a new ace. I don't know if I want to pitch Ubaldo like first game or not. The first game's always kind of scary. Sometimes you get people that aren't the greatest and are just like hard stuck in that division, and sometimes you get some demons who just haven't played a game yet. But we are completely broke until Playboy sells, so I guess we'll start kind of structuring the lineup here. Jazz is pretty fast. He's not Byron Buxton fast. I think Braden hits second. Joey Bats third for sure. And it's looking like we're going to have to sell him after we get done with his PXP, Jeffers, Correa. So having just a giant hole in left field and a bad defender out there is not ideal. I feel like we can live with Rojas. He's not going to be great, but he should have a decent enough swing. And then Jeffers, honestly, isn't the worst catcher in the world. So I think we just need to focus on left field right now. And we'll be good. So I will be back after we sell our Kyle Teal and kind of pick out a new outfielder. So I have burned through pretty much our entire budget. Our left field solution is Brian. Might as well try him out, at least for the main account, and try and see how his swing is. I guess we're going to be stuck with Ryan Jeffers at catcher. Right now, not the worst guy in the world. Nobody I'm really missing on the bench. Masataka could get used, I guess. No real missions for any of these guys. Starter-wise, didn't pick anybody else up, so we're rocking with what we have. And then bullpen-wise, we did go through and splurge a little bit. So we got Edwin Uceda, not my favorite, but for the subs, can't really go wrong. Cole Sands, Alvarado, Camilla Doval, and Robert Suarez, as well as I picked up Estevez, but I think I'd rather just probably stay with Yenier Cano and the really funky windup that he has. And I think we're pretty much good to go. In a world where we could get like 600 more stubs, I would love to go get Gold Manny Machado to play third. So I might check the inventory and see if maybe we got some silvers floating around or anything, uniforms, anything out of the standard packs that can help get us a few more stubs. So actually, between selling some stuff and the XP path, we actually came up on a good amount. So I'm thinking Terry Pendleton, just to try to knock out a little more of that ranked path quicker. Plus he'll count as, not sure if he's technically a legend or a flashback, but he will help us to complete this multiplayer program a little bit sooner. So putting in the order now, I will update you guys when we can throw him in the lineup. Now we can slot in big Terry Pendleton, and this is somewhat of a decent team. I would like a different catcher, and with our new budget, I think we can feasibly go find one that isn't completely awful. Higashioka would be the dream. A little bit out of budget, and we are completely strapped for cash at this point. Cal Raleigh could be okay. Kind of sucks that he's playing down. Historically, not the best swing in the world. Heard good things about Salvi. Not the craziest quirks. Real Muto would be cool because we kind of need like a speed guy to help us knock out some of these stolen base challenges. But I'm not exactly loving the field right now. We could just go Bronze Higashioka. Again, playing down, but I think that is our solution. I think he'll actually be a little bit better than Ryan Jeffers. So we will slot him in, and then we will hop into our first online ranked game. Hopefully we don't get a demon that just hasn't played games yet. So you can see no rating, 0-0. We have about 8 days to get through this multiplayer program and about 4 days to get wherever we want to get for the weekend classic, which is definitely not where we're at right now. I think a good point to go for would probably be either silver or gold 1. I think gold 1 would be pretty solid if we could manage to pull that out. You can see you would get both weekend classic players, which they look pretty good for just 5 wins, which we should be able to do, I would hope. But silver 2 could also be something for us to think about there. So if we can get one of those 2, I think we'll be in a good spot. Stadium wise, definitely going to cores, just to try to farm as many base hits as possible. We need a ton. You need like 25 extra base hits with like 15 extra base hits with legends, 25 hits with flashbacks, ton of hits in general. Stolen bases, which will probably be hard until we can get like Trey Turner on the squad, somebody like that. A lot of strikeouts, just everything. Everything we can possibly be doing right now is going to help us. I think that's how we want to structure the lineup for right now. So we'll see how good our opponent's first team is. Pretty good, at least in comparison to us. Got Marcelo, who I do want to try out on the team. I think my biggest guys that I have to want to try out is Christian Campbell, Dylan Cruz, and that's probably about it. I think a must-get card for us is definitely Noah Schultz, but we'll make do with what we have for now. So this game is going to be vet, so there's probably going to be a million hits.
Got him.
But we'll see how well we can get along. Does not fare well for our strikeouts. We do need quite a few strikeouts. And on veteran, where the PCI is going to be half the zone, much less with William Contreras having 106 hits.
Ball one.
It's going to be pretty tough to get strikeouts. Home run. Ooh, Brian, come on. Okay. We're hooping. This Curtis Granderson would be a godsend too, for only like 4K. But only 4K for us is our entire budget right now. So he's kind of a fever dream at this point. Hopefully at some point before making Hall of Fame, we will be able to use him a decent amount.
2 strikes.
And we get 1 strikeout. All right, here we go. First at bats for the boys, Walker Buehler. Not the worst card in the world here. Does have a cutter, sinker, and a 4-seam. First pitch swing in, should be safe. Not exactly how you draw your first hit, but also have no idea how good this guy's going to be at pitching. Anytime you got these low ranks, they're either drawing squiggly lines, and it's either going right down the middle or it's going into the dirt. So we got Braden Montgomery, our showdown pickup here, and he leaves one over middle when we miss. Tough. I think we missed there because I was really considering stealing with Bucks. Like I said, we need 15 stolen bases somehow. It's going to be hard to get, considering Buxton's like our only fast guy. So I think we do steal first pitch here. He doesn't really seem like he's managing the bases too well. And there's one play back for us. That is absurdly loud.
Ball. 1-1. At the
Joey
ball.
Bats, thought about it. Doing well with him would be amazing. He needs a ton of parallel XP for us. A little early, got fortunate there. Way too early. We're gonna see if we can get him a rundown. We
He's out.
Safe at second. All right, so there is like 15 PXP for Joey Bats. Not exactly what we had drawn up, but it works. And I think we just missed one with Santander too, so. Oh, and it's down, and we're gonna be on 3 with Santander. Santander triple was not on the bingo board, but here we are. So that is our first RBI for the team. Brings up Jazz, who's supercharged right now. Should be a beast if we can time his swing up. Dug that one out the dirt, but so did he. Bad throw. Oh, wow. What a play. All right. Not the worst first inning. Swung at a lot of pitches. This guy's throwing the curveball a ton with Walker Buehler, which is definitely not something you want to be doing, but it's working for him right now.
That's out.
Hopefully Hagen can get us some strikeouts.
Hey! I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
I feel like we're probably doing him a favor here, throwing the slider, and we did. So, squeaker down the line. Not exactly the hit you love to give up, but again, it's better. We're going to give up some bad hits. Double play here would be huge. He swings at it, but a little too far out of the zone. Don't really know what to get him on for a double play. Outside slider, maybe.
Hey, 2.
Stole the strike with it. Not the worst pitch in the world.
That's a ball.
It's almost like he's just in take mode now, but it's fine. I feel like that's what the R2 was for. Dude, if we could get this double play, it'd be so big. He's almost just sitting fastball. I don't know how you foul this many without putting any of them in play. All right, we got a strikeout. Not gonna complain with the strikeout. Hagen Smith making the mix work pretty well. He just refuses to sit back. We haven't thrown a curveball yet. Not gonna be a double play, unfortunately. I don't even know if we would have got the lead runner there. It would have been close. But Bazana lefty, not exactly something we're super scared of. Should have been. I think he's safe at home. I don't think we could have got him there.
Safe. He beat it.
We need to change our defensive play camera. I'm not the biggest fan of this. Got him the offer.
0-1.
Do wish Hagen threw a little bit of a harder slider. 84 is just a barrel finder, but all right. We're not even tied yet because we haven't really hit yet, so it's not been equal opportunity yet. Gary Pendleton, the man, the myth, the legend. Need some PXP with him. Coors is probably gonna be the best stadium to bring him to. And we're just a tad late, so I don't think that goes off the wall though. Another triple. 2 triples for us. We're cooking. We're cooking a little bit. That's awesome PXP for Terry Pendleton. Not quite as good as a home run, but we'll take it.
Ball inside.
Cutter's a lot faster from Bueller than I thought. He will be on the staff at some point. You can see our opponent has decided that he wants to pitch now. Ground ball. All right, scores a run. Productive out.
He's out.
Wish the swing was a little better, but I feel like he hasn't really thrown the sweeper too often with Bueller at all. Sinker's pretty nasty. It just kind of tumbles. Also a sweeper. The guy's throwing strikes and he's throwing perfects now, so it's fine with me. We just gotta be a little more aggressive. That four seems kind of weird. It has a little bit of drop on it. Jammed, should be an out. Sammy Sosa looking like a quadriplegic out there. That's crazy. And we're jammed again, so we gotta speed up, be a little faster. But another productive inning. No stolen bases, couple hits, nothing insane. Good Terry Pendleton XP, but nothing to write home about. So he's using Joey bats, 0 batting average. We're gonna try our best to keep it that way. And he squibs one into right field. That's an interesting hit. I don't know if I've ever seen a hit that's looked like that so far this year. Actually just squibbed it off the end of the bat. Caught him early. This guy kind of like guess pitches in a way. Like if he's not sitting directly on the pitch, he's not hitting it. Which is crazy to say about veteran. Got a strikeout. He does not try to advance. And we're chilling. Contreras, a little scary against lefties. Hopefully we can get him to just be early on this.
Did he go?
Good timing. So I think we gotta speed him up a little bit. He might put this in the gap.
Ball.
Not if Hagen throws it that high. Come on, show me 99. 98 works.
1 ball.
Now I'm gonna bounce another curveball and see if we can get him to offer for either. Only have the out at first, and we don't even get the out at first because he doesn't sidearm it. He underhand tosses it, so that's fun. We're in a little bit of scary spot now.
Yeah.
High level pitch there. Kind of surprised he took it. That's a double play again, but I digress. I think we try it again. See if he wants to whip it back up the middle or give us another strikeout. So I think that's 3 or 4 strikeouts already, which is more than what I thought we would get on veteran. But Jake Berger is kind of scary. Another one. He's just like really underneath everything we throw outside. It's kind of what the Joey Bat swing looked like a lot. This burger's so nasty, man. For 2K, like, oh.
One ball.
He's probably
Two
not
strikes.
running him at third either, but at third base, he would be insane value for like 2K.
3.
5 strikeouts for Hagen. We'll see if the offense can start clicking a little more. He's kind of been popping us a good amount. Bueller throws a little harder than I think I'm used to him throwing. 94 down and in. Just getting jammed a lot. Gotta speed it up a little bit here. But we've got enough switches, enough lefties where I don't think it'll matter too much.
Ball 1.
First curveball that we don't offer up. He throws that get me over cutter again. That's been like one of his favorite pitches. Is either high end fastball, high end cutter.
Ball 2.
Tries to go low and away.
2 balls. 1 strike. Ball 3.
Low and in. We're in a spot to walk. We'll see if he just does get me over. He does
Ball
not.
4,
So
take your base.
one on for Joey Bats. Good swing here. Little home run would be insanely nice. And we're under it. Just can't get up to the 98 fastball. Just wonder if he has precision rings. It almost seems like it because he's not getting to a lot of stuff that seems pretty routine. Santander, see if he can't continue to be basically the entire offense. Early on that cutter again. Got me a little paranoid from
Hey.
same sequence, the exact same sequence he threw to the last batter. So taking
Ball
notes.
1. 1 ball,
Getting a
2
little
strikes. The count.
predictable with some of his pitches. Curveball didn't hang. I thought it would hang. It did not. So
Out.
round out. Not the best ending in the world. We worked a walk with the flashback, which is not helping us. I don't think there's any missions for walks. Hagen Smith is definitely not going to hold him to 1 run for the whole game. So we need the offense to wake up a little bit.
0-1.
Was really hoping for a little like mercy game, first game on.
Hey.
Try to get
0-2.
a ton of runs, ton of hits, ton of EXP, get a lot of the missions done, but
Hey.
just not really finding its way there. It seems like it's gonna be like a semi-sweaty, probably like 6-3
Nope.
game.
Ball 1.
Kind of the feeling I'm getting right now. I don't know who his go-to out of the bullpen's gonna be, but we'll see. Iron, not quite gonna get to that. Maybe if we had some parallels and he got a good reaction instead of a bad reaction and had a little more speed to play with, then we would have been good there. But what happens when you airmail a fastball? Go back to this low and in slider. It's been working for us. I don't think he makes it home off that. Again, we really need to change this like MV play defense. Not sure what I usually run, but it's not this. I think I do dynamic. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Really need to find a way to get him to hit into a double play here.
Hey.
It's an interesting swing.
0-1's the count.
Double play or a
0-1.
strikeout. Either one would be satisfactory
1
right
strike.
now. I feel like Hagen's probably gonna top out on the splitter. I think we can throw him out here. Oh, well, we can definitely throw him out. I don't know what he's doing. But he's out at third. So stuff you see at low ranks, interesting. Don't know if he just assumed that was a hit with the power that Kobe Mayo had or what. We're gonna right trigger real quick with Jazz because I feel like he's, yeah. So should have been on that more. But that's something that you kind of see at low ranks a good amount is people pitch the exact same way to each batter through the lineup. Don't know if he's gonna throw Terry Pendleton a low and away sinker. Yeah, he did. So he's just actually pitching the exact same. We just have to find our timing here, and I think we'll be good.
Ball, that's upstairs. Ball, that's off the plate.
Something I preach to people when they're pitching. So you can sit here and throw
Ball
100% accurate, perfect every time. If you're predictable, you're gonna get hit eventually. Don't know why we're swinging at that 3-1, but it's a hittable pitch, so I don't hate it. Harry Pendleton pulled off a little bit, but the power makes it drop for us. Again, just super far inside on that. Just really bad PCI placement. We are not hitting great, but we're getting a job done, which is all that really matters. That is not getting a job done. Don't know what on earth would ever compel me to swing at that, but Brian Reynolds not having fun right now. Don't know what compels him to throw that, but is what it is. So on to the next inning. See if Hagen can keep cruising for us. Gave up his first ever hit to Joey Bats, so that's fun. Helping this guy's PXP out more than my own. Marcelo, we're gonna hope that the two seam kind of throws him off. Seems like it did. So 2 outs quickly, just like that. We're not getting our strikeouts anymore, but I didn't figure we would. I think the only way I'm really getting a strikeout at this point is to work him into a 1-2, 0-2 count.
Outside, that's a
and
ball.
then just kind of drop a curveball off the map. Seems to be the only thing this guy's really willing to swing at. It's not my freest first game ever, like I kind of thought it would be, but so he dug that one out of the dirt somehow, and we're back to hitting. So I think we're gonna settle into a rhythm here. I hope, but I feel like I've also been saying that for the last 4 innings. So first pitch to Higashioka was a sinker in the dirt, which is interesting, and we get our first perfect of the game, I believe, there. So that'll be a double. Yeah, I mean, he has to have precision rings, and they are killing his fielding because he's going to give up a triple here to Kyle Higashioka. You can just see how he's, like, walking to the ball, basically. I thought it was weird that Sammy Sosa didn't get that one. We're getting a fastball here. Yeah.
No, foul ball.
Called that. I think we'll get another one. He goes for an up and away cutter. These precision rings are the funniest thing ever. Like, if he's actually going to give Carlos Correa a triple, too. So we're farming some BXP right now. Farming some extra base hits. Stand-up triple for Carlos Correa. Inside out on that. He gets to it, but it's a productive out. It's not like that hit with Buxton would have done a ton for us anyway. It would have been nice, obviously, but he's not flashback. He's not a legend, so he's not really getting us anything right now. Unlike that one. That will be very nice for us. Braden Montgomery skimming it over the fence. Legit one of the best swings in the game. Very similar to like Brian Reynolds. No way. Not like this. Okay, Luke Weaver. Interesting. So 4-seam, cutter, circle change. He does still have a curveball, which the only reason I'm noting that is because this guy's throwing the curveball a lot. Just can't get under it, man. We are just really struggling with like inside stuff right now. So Jose Bautista over 3, not how you draw it up, but here we are. Oof. All shortstop. Didn't think it'd get over him, but another extra base hit. Don't think that's gonna be a triple. We're gonna go for it. Extra PXP, why not? He threw it all the way into third. This is just hilarious, honestly. This entire inning is just based on him not being able to get the stuff. And he just continues to throw, like, get me over fastballs to Jazz. Some of the worst hitting I think you will ever see, honestly. Just absolutely horrendous. Like, there's just no way. The first pitch he throws to lefties every time is like an inside fastball, and I'm just not hitting them. But we have a 4-run lead, so we have that to be grateful for.
0-1. Hey, 2.
On him being late, I think we try to gas him up here. Try to get a strikeout, hopefully.
3.
And we do. For this to be better, and I will say that the fastball pitch speeds are not the slowest thing in the world. Been quite a few times Bueller's gassed me up a little bit. I think Bueller's a lot better than Hagen Smith, obviously, but they're topping out about the same. 98, 99. Hopefully, Braden Montgomery, the GOAT, man. Two-way player. So 5 runs on 8 hits. A lot of that's because we just hit triples so far, but TP the PXP machine. That's going to be a line out. So I tell you guys not to use Terry Pendleton. It's our second best swing of the game, and we have
1-0.
nothing to show for it. So, a little unfortunate there.
Aye.
That fastball's just so much
1-1.
faster than I think it's going to be. It's making me overcompensate, honestly.
Aye.
Perfect. I mean, it's a perfect pitch release. Don't know what to say. But Higashioka goes yard on the next pitch, so we'll take that. It's going to be a good amount of bases. I think there's a base mission, too. I think it's like 100 total bases. I think getting that one game would be ridiculous, but...
Ball.
Also forgot that this is Weaver. So,
Ball 1, no strikes.
I mean, he's throwing a lot of the same stuff in a lot of the same spots as what Bueller was throwing. Six runs so far isn't terrible, but I think we do need to hit a little better in future outings. We're going to make this team more competitive. So that'll be a double, puts a runner on third. Not bad, 2 outs. Wish we could have done a little more with 2 outs because this is not guaranteed. But with Bray Montgomery, I was going to say I feel like we have a pretty good chance. And there, again, the precision rings are costing him. That's crazy. Absolutely insane. And Joey Bats. Hopefully he can lock in and actually do something. Get me some PXP that I so desperately need. He hangs a curveball. It just doesn't get hit that hard. I mean, it's hit pretty hard, but the launch angle's terrible. Don't know if we should go home here. It's going to be close. It took forever to wind up the relay, so. Safe. More PXP for Joey Bats. And I think he's probably... No, he's going to Kirby Yates. Yates a little scary. He's deceptive. That's definitely a home run. That's never coming back. But his fastball is a lot faster. 95 is what it feels like. He dashboards. Hopefully those 4 extra bases and all the PXP right there counts. So as we get out of it here, he was also 0 rated. So just seems like he hasn't played an online game yet. 18,000 XP. A lot of starter program stuff. And we're getting our spring training reward. So we'll see if we can get anything that'll help the team out here. Seems like we got a good amount of stubs where I could consider doing some other stuff. With the squad, probably need to go hire a mercenary to pitch for us because I don't know how great Hagen Smith is going to do again. Hopefully, maybe we can get like our first diamond pull too. Oh, there we go. That's huge. That is a usable card that goes straight into the bullpen for us. And honestly, bowling is a habit. I've never been more excited. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Griffin Jacks, but I've never been more excited to open the ball as a habit pack. Dang. So we're going to take our subs on him. Not super high on him. But that is 1,500 subs that we didn't have before. So we are looking a lot better now. I think... Honestly, if Veritech is like 5K bottomed out, I think that's probably what we'll do. Yeah, he's like 4.8. So we're going to put in an order for him. And then we're going to go grab a different starting pitcher. And I think that'll be it for this episode. So you guys can give me some feedback, some cards you want to see, some players you want to see. And we'll try to implement some of that in the future. Noah Schultz obviously is the dream here. Mackenzie Gore would be cool to get, assuming we can get him, you know, without actually having to like grind. Logan Gilbert, like I said, one of my favorite budget pitchers in the game. He's about 3K. It's a little out of budget now since we went out and got Veritech, which I think is the smart thing to do. So we're looking more in like this 81 territory. Pablo Lopez looks like he could go out and give us an outing. Brian Wu, I think, has a 5-pitch mix. Not the greatest since he's playing up 15. He would have been good to use today, but I didn't. So, oh, Dylan Cease. For 400 subs, Dylan Cease for sure. So we'll just go ahead and snag him. Don't even need to put in a buy order. and then that will be our starter for the next game. And you guys can leave some feedback. Let me know who you want to see on the team, who's worth a shot on the budget squad, and whatnot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Till next time. Peace.